Welcome back to the Positivity Hour. Today, I want to talk about something that doesn't get openly discussed: the loneliness that often comes with success. Everybody sees the wins, everybody sees the progress. But what most people don't see is how quiet your life gets when you start leveling up. When I started chasing my goals seriously, I noticed something. My circle stopped clapping the same way. My phone stopped buzzing. The invites slowed down, and I thought something was wrong with me. But in reality, that silence was a sign I was growing. When you commit to becoming the best version of yourself, you naturally separate from people who aren't on that path. It's not ego, it's not beef, but it's alignment with yourself and your goals. Success can feel lonely, not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're finally doing something right. So, in today's episode of the Positivity Hour, I'm going to be breaking down why that happens, what that means, and how not to lose yourself in the process. So, if you've ever felt like you've outgrown your circle, come over here, because this episode's just for you. Roll that intro. Woo! All right, my party people, it's your boy Darshaun Smith, aka the Positivity God, back again for another episode. Today's episode's 203. Let's just get straight into the story. Thank you for your time. Welcome to the podcast, and I hope you get something from it. So let's go. Main topic.
Time for the main topic.
I actually made notes for this, so I have sections I want to go over. I'm gonna essentially tell you a story, okay? From the moment, I started to realize I had some success and what that did to my friend group, you know what I'm saying, to other things that we're going to get to, which is the gift almost that can come with this newfound time in your life and what that means for your own mental space, how you can apply that to your job or your business, or even rekindling some of those past relationships, because as we're going to get into, I don't think when you grow apart from people, there should be any big problem or disconnect. It's just natural. People will say you changed. Yes. I hope, I live new experiences every day. What you want me to do? Keep doing what didn't work? Motherfucker. Oh, bro. You know what I'm saying? We trying to make stuff change over here. We trying to get up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't trying to be down no more. So with all that context being said, let's just hop straight into it. So the moment, I guess this is from your perspective as well, as mine, but you'll see. The moment you realize success feels lonely. Okay, this is chapter 1 of the story. Your phone gets quiet. A moment you outgrew certain friends. These are things to think about while we're talking about this. When your goals no longer matched your old circle, the damn, it really be like that moment. Oh, like that one, I've felt that a lot. Whether it's old friends I used to go to marching band practices with, or I would do all the musical stuff with, or I'd get rides to school with them, or we'd do the Wendy's run after high school, or even in college. We'd go hang out in the lounge or go on walks and talks. I mean, I remember this one girl, we literally every fall we'd go jump in piles of leaves together just for giggles, you know what I'm saying? And as you grow and develop, the moment you realize you're starting to actually achieve something, whether it's grades, or it's financial success, or you success in the community and how you're respected and the influence you have on local politics, or even just your local church or whatever it is, you start to see folks change around you. Okay, everyone's changing in this equation. I think what some people say, it's like no, you didn't change, it's you, like the person who's receiving success pointing the finger now. It's like, no, I think everyone's changed in this process. For me, it was more like the moving away, focusing on school, then led that to focusing on my business. Yeah, I just naturally outgrew people who didn't have large dreams, goals, and aspirations to create insurmountable wealth for their family, to create something that I could and want to do for the rest of my life. You see a lot on YouTubers retiring right now, and their channels are 10 years or 15 years old or whatever. And it's like, that's cool and all, but like I'm trying to find the thing that I would happily do for the rest of my life. If I get paid a lot, cool beans. If I get paid a little, Roger that, chief. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I just want to feel good signing up for something. And on the journey to figure that out, I gained a little money. I bought a house. I got a car or two. I got, good grades, a nice college degree. I, started to level myself up. And because of that, that led me to not reach out to the same people in the past. Or inversely, because remember, these little smart walkie talkies we got here, a cell phone, go both ways. They stopped calling me. They stopped inviting me. They stopped, checking in on me. They stopped doing all of this. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yes, your feelings could be hurt. Yes, you could feel some type of way in the moment. But there's nothing wrong with people growing apart. Okay. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. If you're, going up and they want to stay the same, roger that, chief. There's other people that want to do that. You just need to go find the other people that want to ascend, which we'll get to in a second on how to do that. So overall, just remember, like, this is normal. Okay, growing in life is normal. Change in life is normal. We are human beings, guys. Okay, guys, girls, they, thems, and everyone else in between and outside of those metrics. Okay, we are literally designed to change, because if we don't, we die. It's that simple. Okay, if we didn't change from little swimmers to people that could walk on land, where we'd be. Okay, the ocean went away for a bit and now it's coming back, so maybe we need to be mermaids again. I don't know, but if we don't change, then we literally die. So all that being said, let's move on to the next point. Okay, why success rather naturally creates distance. Okay, I want to talk about different priorities in this case, different conversations, the new habits you form when you are starting to achieve success, or you want to, level yourself up and be successful. I also want to highlight, folks' stagnation in other departments, because often when you, and this was very true in my case, when you start to see success in one area, you often forget some important things behind. Okay, that was like me, like I said, starting my business, doing well in college, meeting, a girl, all of that stuff over there that's like, good for life. Me forgetting to be like emotionally available and unpack some childhood trauma and all these other things that we won't get into here, because we've got into them on other episodes. I'm vulnerable. Okay, hey, we got 200 and 2 other episodes. Go check them out in that link up there. But other things we'll talk about is just people want you to be the old version of you because of the certain memories they associate with that. It could be like one thing. You could be like known and popular for like one little thing. And for a lot of my friends, it's because I was like fat, bro, and they was like making fun of me. You know what I'm saying? I was like the funny guy. You know what I'm saying? And I quickly, as I grew up, became actually a quiet person. I didn't talk too much. I still talk a lot. I know a lot, but I start to listen more. And when you start to listen more and you're not the life of the party, people are going to switch up on you. And that's definitely something I felt that created the distance, just because my role I served in the circles changed. Okay. And people don't like that, obviously, because they voted with their time, which is their most important asset in this world. And they said, peace out, on to the next. Not to mention different priorities. Okay. A lot of people, as my age, I'm 24, we're starting to get into that, like, oh, we got to figure something out before we're 30, like stage of our life, which I've been there since I was 20. I've been trying to figure something out. But a lot of other people are now starting to get to that. And they also have other priorities. They have a kid now, they just bought a house themselves. They are not happy with their current job, but they also understand that how we're living in today's economy, they can't afford to just up and quit and, risk it and move somewhere else. So they are stagnating, like I said, we'd talk about in their own personal lives. And because of that, that spills over into their, social life, and I'm not saying it's bad, we live in a cyclical world, we have ups, we have downs. But what I am saying is the context around a human is very important when understanding why they do, what that actually means, and how that affects you, which, if you remember, was the hook. Okay. All that to be said, we change a lot. We change every day. We change for a variety of reasons. Most of the times, it's our environment, the people we see inside of it, the world that's literally in it. Like it's November right now. November 16th, actually, to be specific. And I lit a bonfire yesterday because it was 75 degrees outside. I know that's cool and all, but I remember 15 to 10 years ago where there was snow on the ground in the start of October. So obviously climate change and all of these other things are happening rapidly, and it's changing the way we interact, where people would have been depressed inside right now because it's always cloudy and it's snowing. The sun is out. It's beautiful outside right now. It is 50 degrees. It's a beautiful thing. And even that changes, okay? That's a natural change. That is something that just happens, okay? And that's why you will also grow apart from some people. It just happens. You move away, okay? You stop finding the same thing interesting. You, like I said, have a kid, you buy a house, you gotta lock in on your real world priorities. But that's not to say there's no hope, because there are many misconceptions about losing people that we're about to get into right now. It's not beef, okay? It's not betrayal. It's not that you think you're better or the person that cut you off thinks they're better. It's not that people are bad, okay? It's simply this point right here, folks. Misalignment, okay? And as I said to myself the other day, I know this is the main reason my last relationship failed. Because Maggie was great, my ex, amazing, I was doing some things, she was doing some things. We were two great people, but we just had some misalignment in some key parts of where we wanted to take things, la-di-da-di-do-da-day. And that's why that relationship ended, because we, one, poorly communicated that misalignment, and two, once we did, we were like, oh, great, you're a great human, just not for me. And that's okay. It's okay to grow apart. When you're on your way up, it's okay to be like, whoa, you're amazing, just not for me, okay? You need something that I can't provide, okay? You want something that I can't provide, and that's okay. And I understand that you don't want to compromise to stay with little old me, and I also don't want you to compromise. I want you to get it all out of life, okay? That's how I approach it. That's how I look at my friends that I've lost over the years, the day ones I've known since second grade to the people I met on my last day of high school or college, okay? I don't care what you do in life. If I've ever come across in contact with you, I want you to be the best version of you. There's nobody on this planet outside of maybe 0.5 people. I won't even say the half. There's 0 people that I would want to see do bad in this world, because why would I want you to make that same gesture towards me? You know what I'm saying? I want you to get the car, get the house, get the girl, get the man, get the job, get the career advancement, get the, whatever other metric, get the, baptism, get the whatever you want. Like, I want you to get it all, okay? And who am I to stop you? That's why when you're losing people, it's not beef. It's not betrayal. It's not, that you think you're better. It's not that people think you're bad, okay? Now, obviously, there's always exceptions to the rules, but we don't talk about that here, okay? This is the goddamn positivity hour, and we keeping it P over here. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to let you know that, hey, it's okay. You're amazing. You're one of a kind. There will never be another you. So make today count. Let's move on to the next topic, okay? There's actually, how do you say this? A gift, if you could say such a thing, that comes with loneliness. A gift that comes with being isolated. A gift that comes with being more in tune with yourself, compared to just drowning yourself in the constant stimulation of the drama, of the problems, that come with other folks. And that also goes for successes. If you're constantly seeing the people around you win, that can harm your own mental frame and how you view yourself, because maybe now you're like, dang, I'm not advancing as fast as them. I'm not doing this and that, or I can't reach this same level as them. I'm trying my best, but it's just not working. Comparison is the theft of joy, my brothers and sisters. Okay. And when you grow apart, sometimes that's the reason. You need people that are on your level. And I've been quoted, especially on my Snapchat story, saying I compare myself to people all the time. And the reason I'm so grateful for the things I have in life, and the reason I love the life I have, is because I compare myself to people who have less. I compare myself to people who are struggling to pay rent, and I can afford the mortgage on my house. I compare myself to the people who don't have a car, and I have two. I compare myself to the people that, don't have a job, a day job, a W-2 job they don't like. My day job pays me well, and I like it. It's just not what I'm trying to do for the rest of my life. I compare myself to people who are in this entrepreneurial world who are struggling to find it out. And I have figured some things out. I just am in the process of implementing it. It's my website. It's the business cards. It's how I sell people. It's how I get leads in the door. It's how I greet those leads and provide customer service. It's all of these things. I compare myself to people all the damn time. And because of that, it actually helps me be better. There was a time in the past, though, where that was not the case. And I had to grow apart from some of those people because I compared myself to the people, some of my friends that lived in $1 million homes. And I felt bad coming home to little old Wellington Heights in the hood where we got, little problems here and there, a little gunshot over there, a little infestation over here, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I had to grow apart from the people who were big dog athletes, getting all the girls, doing this or that, because that's just not the way I wanted to live life. Like, I don't want to be the playboy, bro. I want a wife, maybe two. Okay, that's it. But like a consistent relationship. I don't want the do everywhere and anywhere. You know what I'm saying? That's just not what I value. And because of that, I lost all my friends and I got lonely. Okay. But it's a beautiful thing. And I think a lot of people in the modern world look at it as a negative, as you should, because primitively speaking, when you're alone, you're more likely to get left behind by the tribe and subsequently die. Okay. And that's not me being like a dark person or anything. That's just me being factual. It's only in the last, 50 to 100 years that I'm able to say the things I'm saying to you right now, where it's okay to be alone. You don't need someone to go cook your food or kill your food and cook it, or, make the shelter or make the fire. Like, you can do all of those things yourself. And because of that, solitude can force clarity among your mind. Okay. Especially if you are determined. Okay. If you are a person who actually wants to go somewhere rather than being like, oh, I'll get there if I get there. If you're like, no, before I die, I'm going to have the Bugatti. I just got to figure out where I'm at right now and where I'm trying to get to. Everything else is foggy, but let's just focus up and see the path. Okay. Maybe I can only see 3 steps ahead of me, but God damn it, I didn't see that yesterday. So let's go. Let's start stepping, because that Bugatti is only going up in value as our currency is devalued more and more. So the sooner I can figure this out, the better, because I don't know if we're going to have a United States of America in a few years. That other thing is you start hearing your own voice. As I talked about, when you're in groups of people, you have the drama that comes around with it. You are hearing other people's successes. You are hearing other people's losses. And that's good to an extent. But at some point, you need to just sit in the quiet, focus up, listen to the voice in your head, what it's saying, listen to your body and what it needs, listen to your spiritual self if that's something you're in. I've had some of my own friends recently who are just like, hey, I just needed to hit the church real quick. You know what I'm saying? They're not even religious, some of them. And they're just like, I just wanted to go sit there because maybe, you know what I'm saying? I just got to go to a different space and just focus up and see what there is to see. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. Okay. You start to figure out your real priorities. Okay. Maybe I don't want the Bugatti. Maybe I'm happy with 2 Honda Civic Type Rs. Okay. One from 1990 and the brand new one, so I can go to the car show with both, okay? Maybe if that's your goals and dreams in life, cool beans. But at least you came to that own conclusion your damn self, okay? You attract new aligned people. That's the gift of loneliness. When I lost all my friends and I lost a lot of the human connections, it was tough there for a bit. I was ripping my hair out. I was, suffering socially, but I was excelling in other areas of my life. I had the best grades ever. I had some of the best conversations with other intelligent people who were trying to go somewhere, but not in a way to where like we'd go get some dinner together, just for fun or whatever, like I used to have back in high school or early college. But because of that, once I figured out my goals, once I had some clarity, and I was like, okay, I'm ready to like get back on the market of friendship or dating or whatever it is today. And, you start to find people who are like, dang, bro, like, yeah, I'm tired of being broke. Like, let's go. Like, I'm tired of, not being respected in my community. I'm tired of people not taking me serious. I'm tired of, folks not knowing what I can do for myself, who I am, and what I could do for them. Whether it's a service, a product, or, some other entrepreneurial endeavor. And because of that, like I said, you attract new aligned people. And not to mention, and this is one of the biggest points here, is you learn self-discipline and self-respect. And this is something I was at a very high level at and recently have fallen off of. But even more recently have, started to get back up there. You start to eat better. You start to, work out a little bit more. You start to, understand that if you want to actually get new friends or get that girl or get that house or get that whatever you want to get in life, the dreams, goals, and aspirations. And it's not all material. Sometimes it's like you just want to start the foundation to make sure that every day of the year the kids in your community have food, and not just on Christmas and Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? You have to go through some things to understand what you actually want and then how to go do it. So now that you've had the isolation and you've lost the people who were holding you back, objectively speaking, or the people that were pushing you forward too hard towards the direction that you didn't want to go to, that's another reason to outgrow people. You now understand your true purpose. You understand why you're here, to do the things you're here to do. So I just want to emphasize that loneliness is temporary, folks, okay? The growth that happens in the loneliness is permanent. And with that, let's go to the next topic, okay? This is the last one before we just get up out of here. How to handle the loneliness in a healthy way. I just got, 5 tips for you here. So we're just going to keep it nice, short, and sweet, okay? Number 1, folks, lean into your purpose, not the noise. Number 2, build a routine you love every day, okay? Number 3, fill your time with intentional people, okay? People you want to spend time with. Number 4, create boundaries without guilt, okay? Most importantly. Number 5, celebrate small wins with yourself, all right? Now that we've aura farmed for Instagram, let's break these down a little bit, okay? Lean into your purpose, not the noise, okay? That's what I was saying at the end. If you're like, hey, I don't want to be a Fortune 500 CEO. I just want to start a small foundation to where, like for me, I want to help like kids get glasses. I low-key needed glasses my whole life. I vividly remember in like 3rd grade being like, my vision is poor and I cannot see the board. But I was not in a position to like tell anyone that I couldn't see anything, or I didn't even know I couldn't see. I just thought this is what everyone saw. The world was a little blurry. The world looked like this. If you're watching on YouTube, then it's blurry right now. But everyone else was seeing like this, like clear HD. I'm just like, what the hell? I remember when I put my glasses on for the first time, and I got glasses in 7th grade, and I was like, wow, my whole life has been a lie. I can't believe this is how people see. And magically, I went from being special education and being a troublemaker in a class to one of the smartest people in my class. I had all the best grades, all of the connections with the I almost said professors, but the teachers, and I stayed late, showed up early, all of these things and more. I just couldn't see. And because of that, I was able to actually be something. I was able to be a positive black statistic instead of a negative one. You know what I'm saying? And that's because, well, actually, I'm not going to get into that. That's for like 200 episodes from now. I got to get the money to, fully execute that idea. But you get the point. Like I figured all of that out in 2022 when I had lost all my friends and I was sitting alone in a 3-story building, just like literally like alone. Like you could hear a pencil drop on the complete other side, and it's just like, okay, like what do I want to do with my life? And it's like that's something I want to do because that's a real life experience I had, and I understand and understood the impact that it had on me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to, lean into my purpose, bro, and help people just with the little things, help people with the big things, help people just be great. Okay. Build a routine you love. Okay. This is something I've done very successfully in the past, but I've been struggling in Cedar Rapids to do. I must be honest with you. Specifically the gym, finding a good time to go to the gym consistently. It's just a hassle, especially like my new day job schedule, which is soon to change as well, because it's nice, but for reasons that are not mine, it is soon to change. So look alive. This is a developing plot, probably an episode coming towards you soon about it. Fill your time with intentional people. Okay, these are people that want to actually be in your life, like you want to be in their life. You'll go out of your way to help a person like this, rather than like how childhood friendship used to be. Like you'd run across the street to your friend's house and bang on the door until someone came out. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see you today. I want to be in your life today. I want to actually help you today. I want to do that day. I'm not saying people need to be there every day of the week, but people need to be there at least enough to actually be intentional. And I know over the years I was that for a lot of people, and then I fell off, and now I'm getting back into it. I message people, I respond to the DMs I get or things of that nature. I try to make some phone calls here and there. I'm not perfect. I'm always going to make mistakes. I'm only human, god damn it. But hey, I'm trying my best to be intentional in this world, and I hope you are too. I done scrolled away from the notes. Let me get back to it. Number 4, create boundaries without guilt. Okay, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. We often find it hard to put our elbows out, to stand up for ourselves, to actually believe in what we're saying and or doing. And because of that, we put our own wants and needs to the wayside. And that's okay to some extent. But if you actually want to not want to blow your brains out, and you actually want to, become something great in this world, you need to lock in and be like, hey, I'm not answering any phone calls from anyone but my mama after 7 o'clock. Okay. Like yesterday, I was looking at this damn screen right here the whole day. Yeah, I was watching Netflix for a little bit. Yeah, I was working on my website for the other half of it, but a screen nonetheless. And I was like, I told myself, I've been telling myself I got to actually go outside and go start this bonfire and do all of these nature things or whatever to level out the screen time usage. I'm using a screen right now to give you my notes, so on and so forth. I'm going to edit this on a screen later, but just know I'm going to go to the store and not look at a screen. I'm going to go on a walk and not look at a screen, because that's a boundary that I want to set for myself so that I can, protect my eyesight and really just connect with the world, literally go touch grass. And yesterday I did touch grass. I touched dead leaves. I touched dead sticks. I touched it all. Okay. And it felt pretty damn good. And that's because I made the boundary and I stuck to it, and I didn't feel guilty. I sat there for an hour longer than I said I was going to because I was having a great time. And celebrate the small wins. Okay. I got a song about this coming out next Friday. So next week we're gonna talk about probably the 50-ish song mixtape, because it's gonna be a movie. You know what I mean, big dog? And that's a beautiful thing. So that's all I got. Let's wrap it up. So last but not least, or it's not even last but not least. This is just like the outro. If I can find it, this will be your pseudo wisdom from your OG as well. I'll put the little video up here in the corner. But I literally saw a video about this the other day, and it was about this similar concept, and it really just got me thinking, why do I think about the things I think about? Why do I feel the way I feel? Why do I, act how I act? All of these things and more. And it all came down to the growth. It all came down to the change I've had personally in my life, and the way I talk or the way I walk or who I interact with, the people I tolerate, the money I spend and where I spend it, all of these things and more. And because of that, it's made me into the person who I am today. So with all that being said, I just want to leave you with this last little statement here, okay? Outro. If your circle feels smaller, your vision is probably getting bigger. Come on, guys. It's 2025. We have 46 days until the new year. Stay locked in, trust your path, and just keep going, keep growing, and keep being your goddamn best self, okay? Next week's topic, like I said, I'm doing this a little out of order. We're probably going to talk about, like I said, the 50th song mixtape releasing and the journey that was creating music. But I also do want to talk about like the power of gratitude in a world of complaints, in a world that complains. So if you remember, that's idea number 8 of those 20. So yeah, look alive. I told you we're actually gonna follow through on some of these, and if you didn't know, this was actually idea 17. So I told you we do something from the list, and I'm a man of my word. I just wanted to show you proof. Not that I needed to show you proof, but because I wanted to show you proof, because that's how we do things here at the Positivity Hour. That's how we do things at Darshaun Smith Productions. That's how we do things, anything involving me, Yeah, it's okay to do it, but show some proof if you can. So that's all I got. Thank you for your time. Make sure you like, subscribe, unsubscribe, hate, comment, follow, unfollow, share, or report. I love and appreciate you. And that's all I got. Make today count. Make this week count. And I'll see you when I see you. Fade to black. Woo! Yeah! Background.